What's happening, YouTube? I'm back. Forgive me for Wednesday night. Sometimes being this new dad thing and the schedule, it gets a little helter-skelter. But we are back for Friday night with friends. Of course, we got one of the hosts of the show, Miss Moochie, but we've got our friends tonight. We've got Mr. Brandon M. How you doing, my brother Brandon?
I'm good. How y'all feeling?
We feeling good, man. Glad to have you. Then we got Miss Chanel Baker down at the bottom coming through to give y'all a good word.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. And to everybody that's in here, please don't forget to like the video. Give us that big thumbs up. Now let's talk to our friends. And Miss Chanel, we'll start with you first. Tell the people why you're here, what you're passionate about, and go into everything me and you discuss off camera.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'd like to just say thank you. Thank you for inviting me on your platform tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
I find this is an honor. This is truly a blessing and an honor. And I'm fighting kidney disease.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on PD dialysis now for 6 years.
Okay.
I'm 48 years old. I'm a mother of 4 and a grandmother of 4. And I just want to tell my story. I just want to share, it's hard. It's challenging.
Mm-hmm.
It's rough. I mean, it's days that I can't even get out of the bed.
Mm.
Some days I don't even eat because I don't have an appetite.
Right.
And PD dialysis, I do at home. I do it at home, and it's 9 hours every night, 7 days a week, 9 hours.
Oh.
And
wow.
I've been doing it now for 6 years.
Good.
I went on dialysis a month after my mother. She's been on for 6 years.
Okay.
And it's called polycystic kidney disease.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hereditary.
Mm.
And I'm in stage 5 right now. My kidneys don't work at all. I don't have any function. I'm 0% of my kidneys working. I'm relying on dialysis.
Oh,
yes, ma'am.
Totally.
Mm.
And my mother's brother, he's been on dialysis, hemodialysis for 27 years right now. Mm. So it's hereditary, and the doctor told me it's not going to skip a generation. Every generation in my family going to get hit.
Mm.
Mm. And wow. It was days, and I want to share my story to tell someone because I feel like I can save someone's life tonight. Mm-hmm. Someone might be, but straddling the fence or trying to decide, should I go on dialysis or shouldn't I go? But I'm going to tell them tonight, go on it. Don't give up. Hang in there. Hold on. Because help is on the way. And I do believe in miracles. I got faith. It's been 6 years now, but you know what? I believe that I'm going to receive a new kidney. And I know it's going to happen. And God's on time. I went through a depression. I just, it was like 3-4 months ago. I shut everybody out. I was so depressed. Before I started dialysis, I was at 270 pounds.
My goodness.
Right now, I weigh 160 pounds.
Wow.
Yes. And I have lost a lot of my hair. It took all my hair. It's challenging. It's a struggle. Mm-hmm. The body, it affects you physically, mentally, and emotionally. It separates you. Like I was a outgoing person. A happy, jolly, always going. But now I can't even be around the family as long as I used to because I got to hurry and get home to get set up on my dialysis machine. Mm-hmm. And it's 9 hours.
Wow.
Every night. I have these solutions. I use 3 6-liter bags every night. I have a tube in my abdomen, a catheter, that I connect to the tubing to the machine. And it brings the solution in, and it dwells in me for like an hour or so, and then it drains out. But when it gets to the draining part, it's so severe. The pain, it'll wake you up. Because the pain is so severe. It's like you cramping. It's a severe cramp. And there been many nights I laid in my bed and sat on the edge of the bed and just cried. Just cry, Lord, please have mercy. Please, Lord. And the only reason I'm in this fight, because I won't give up. I'm a soldier. I'm a warrior, and I won't give up. And I want people to know, it's not only that, we're fighting this, I'm fighting this kidney disease, but, we have problems and issues that was in the family. Just like I tell you, me and my mom was like sisters. I knew when she went on dialysis, I said, well, I'm here for my mom. Whatever she needs. I go and make sure my mom got whatever she needs. Then here the next month, pow, I end up with kidney disease. And through all that, I'm still doing for my mom. I was just sick a week ago when I reached out to you and asked you if I was coming on last Friday. And you said, no, it'll be next Friday. I said, oh, thank you, Lord. My mom said I couldn't even walk. It affects all the joints, all your muscles, your joints in your body. And my mom said, why did you come out there? I said, Mama, good as you've been to me, if I had to crawl, I was going to come and do what you asked me to do because you got my back. We encourage each other. And I'm going to tell y'all why I'm fighting so hard. My 6-year-old granddaughter, I got 3 grandsons and 1 granddaughter. Her name is Jariah, but I name her Honeybee. I will not give up. I will keep on fighting till I receive that new kidney. And that baby, she's God sent. She said, Nana, hang on in there. That little baby put her hand on my head and she prayed for me. Nana, it's going to be all right. She wiped my tears sometime at night. I cry and the tears come down my eyes because the pain. She said, Nana, don't cry. It's going to be all right. And I believe it because I got faith in God. I know God is going to. It's a reason. Everything happened for a reason. Because God wants the glory. He's going to get the glory. He's going to show people what he can do.
Now, Ms. Baker, you was trying to raise awareness for, you was raising awareness again. Tell the people what you was raising awareness for, how they can reach out.
Yes, I want them to reach out to me. I want them to come on I have started a Facebook page, Chanel Baker, Living with Kidney Disease. I don't care if they want to talk, they want to pray, if they even want to cry. We'll do it together. I just want to encourage somebody to hold on and hang on and don't give up. They got a friend in me. If you need a friend, I'll be your friend. I will support them any way I can.
Amen. Larry, you got any questions for Ms. Baker before we let her get out of here after telling that chilling story? You're on mute.
I would just ask, I guess, if somebody's dealing with this in their family, what advice would you give a caretaker to, to help get through this better?
Just be there for them. Just every step of the way, just be there. It's going to be some rough times. But don't give up. Don't give up. And I feel like sometimes I'm a burden on my kids. They say, Mama, you ain't never a burden. Don't you ever think that. Just hang on in there.
Gotcha.
Because I believe trouble don't last always.
Anybody else got any questions for Ms. Baker before we let her get out of here? All right. Ms. Baker, thank you for coming. I will send the people to your Facebook page. I even have my wife go take a look at it.
What's the name of the Facebook page again?
Chanel Baker.
Living with Kidney Disease.
Living with Kidney Disease.
Before I go, could you show them this is my merch? Some of my merch I'm doing. I'm going to be putting on the knockout kidney disease. This is
that's cute.
and and I have one here. We're gonna crush kidney disease.
Oh wow, that's really
Okay, that's nice. I like that.
I'm weighing one tonight. Said kidney disease is messing with the wrong chick.
Oh,
I know that's right.
If you want a shirt, I make shirts. I'm in it, baby. I'm in it to win it.
let's get it, Miss Baker. Well,
All right.
thank you for
y'all
coming
so much.
through. And I'll make sure we send some people over there. You go get
Thank
some
you.
rest. And we greatly appreciate you coming through. And we'll
Thank
be in
you.
touch.
All right. Thank y'all so much. God
You're
bless.
welcome. Same.
Take care.
Take care, Miss Baker.
Okay.
Wow. I usually say this. I usually say, how you going to follow up behind Miss K? But tonight, I'm going to say, how you going to follow up behind Miss Baker? Man, boy, I thought we were about to go to church. Woo!
Amen. I'm here for it.
Ain't nobody mad at you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've gotten through the first guest. We wanted to make sure she get her word in. Kidney disease is no joke. Y'all know my wife is a kidney doctor. My grandfather had hemodialysis as well, and he had to go to the hospital to do it, get it done 3 times a week. So it is tough. It's tough. I wanted to make sure she got in her word. She's a big fan of this channel, and your boy messes with everybody, young, old. I love all folks. I'm trying to help everybody out. And tonight we've got our other special guest, our friend Brandon, in the building. We've got Miss Kanan Rose in the building, late like a Rolling Stone as usual. Then we got my co-host Big Larry that came through to be in the building. Talk a little bit of stuff. We're gonna let my next guest go first, Brandon, because he's gonna get out of here after we do a little power. But before we give the preview, Brandon, let me give you the trailer. And then we'll let you have the floor to speak on power, however you want to speak on Raising Kanan, episode 9.
All right.
If I do this for you, I get a pass, detective. I'm not gonna lie to you no more, Kanan. You deserve the truth.
You're in danger. All you police are. Why are you telling me?
Just don't want nobody else to get hurt.
What's next?
Revolution.
Okay. Big Brandon.
Yes, sir.
Work with me here. We got a revolution coming. We got Juke warning the police.
Yep.
We've got Rock about to tell Kanan some breaking news like she's CNN. Break it down for me. What are your predictions for episode 9?
So I definitely think that she's gonna unfortunately have to tell Kanan the truth. You know, that Omar Epps, Detective Howard, is his dad.
Mm-hmm.
So as you all know, he needs that bone marrow. So he has the one up. You know, he says, hey, now you have to do this for me if you want to keep your son out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
You know, also, like you said in your last channel last week, talking about, remember when she cut off Marvin and she was so mad at him, you know, she was like, I never want to see you again. But really, she needs him. Like, I think Lulu's going to be down for a while. You know, I don't think they killed him off. He's too big on the show to kill him off that quick.
Right, right.
I definitely think that Marvin's going to have to really step his game up. Like, he's going to have to somehow develop just a more sense of awareness to think more before he do things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just kind of just react. Like, he kind of remind me of in a just a little bit of Tommy, just a little bit. Not in terms of, like, Tommy was reckless. Like, he was ruthless. He didn't have, you know, but Marvin, I think he needs just a little bit of guidance. And he can kind of lean, you know, him and Rock going, one thing about they going to come together. You know, they the family fights, they have arguments, but they going to come together. And I like the scene where he was shooting up Unique's car. I was like, okay, so they definitely going to get some payback.
That bulletproof car, huh? Bulletproof car.
See,
well, panel, the guest is here so that y'all can quiz him on his knowledge of power. Larry, take the floor. What you got for the guest?
Man, I don't have so much of a question. I'm just thinking the way that Rock did Marvin, I'm like, he should just go ahead and take Tony and go on vacation to Jamaica.
What?
You know? She wants to be the man. Let her be the man. Let her see what it's like. You don't want me? You think you can run this without me? Go on, do it.
He can't take Tony. You mean take Lawrence Taylor, the dog?
When he take her, and she tried to jam him up. Really?
He can't take her, Larry. He
She
can't
tried
take
to
Tony.
Take somebody
freedom.
else. Then grab
Definitely take the dog.
Take the dog.
Take the dog.
Well, you can't take the dog. That'll take too much time getting him through customs with all his shots and everything. You know, Marvin's not going to take the dog to a vet, get all his papers.
He could just say it's to his incapabilities for whatever.
Oh yeah. They will let you have the dog up there for that, Larry. They'll let you.
He just needs to go and he needs to go chill and just tell Rock, okay, you said everything you said about me. Do you? Let's see how you do. Your main shooter, you know, he got burnt up and he's up there laying up with smoke inhalation. It was your man's and them right here who saved him. But you know, you think you got this? Go ahead. You know,
he's not gonna do that though. Remember, we always got to keep in mind that he's the oldest, and I guess I'm biased for saying that because I'm the oldest, and I always look out for my younger siblings. So it's kind of like you know what I mean? For me, it's that maternal instinct, but for him, it could be, you know, a paternal instinct. I don't know, but he's the oldest, so he's always gonna go that route. He's not gonna leave them hanging, no matter how much of a is. What you say, Larry?
Are we sick of Rock just like blaming everybody else for everything and taking responsibility for nothing?
Just like her son.
Look.
Right.
She doesn't take responsibility for anything that Kanan's done, the mess that Kanan's got himself into with nothing, no responsibility with Lulu, you know, the business, nothing. Everything is somebody else's fault and somebody else's problem. I'm done with Rock, man.
I hope somebody call her out on that though. That'd be great.
You don't feel like Detective Howard kind of checked her until she had to throw in there, oh, you got these draws when I was 16.
She know how to spin. That's her problem. She know how to spin stuff.
Good point. Good point. So Brandon, do you think we're going to get somebody that's going to check her, some man or woman? It don't matter to me. That's going to come along and check Rock. Somebody that Rock can respect.
I thought, like you said, Detective Howard would be the only one because Symphony, you know, she kind of got him wrapped around the finger. He just do what she tell him to do. You know, he get in them draws when she want him to. And then her brothers, she got them on the leash too. So by Detective Howard having this one up now with this this Kanan situation, you know, he can kind of put his foot down, like. So I kind of agree with you. You know what you were saying.
Okay, Moochie. Everybody waiting for your voice.
Brandon?
Yes, I'm from Baltimore.
I hear that you.
Baltimore.
Me too.
Baltimore.
Yeah, I hear your accent. Now, look, I don't have one, but you know, I hear your accent.
Oh,
Stop it.
Baltimore people have a cool way of saying two. They say two.
Yeah, that's like when I say
always say that.
he's from B-more.
Be more, baby. Look, we got another place I can stop at when I do my East Coast tour. I got Larry, I got Nita the Diva, Moochie, and then I got my man Brandon, got Miss K, all up and down the East Coast.
There it is.
I feel like Marvin is going to redeem himself this episode.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's going to redeem himself, and Lulu's going to be all right. He's going to be recovering, and I feel like with Jukebox, she's going to turn a new leaf.
Yeah,
but I want to know who beat her up.
Right.
She was bruised up pretty bad.
Right.
I guess we're gonna find out because I thought about doing a theory video on that, but I'm gonna tell y'all I do most of my video crafting Monday through Friday. By Saturday, I gotta de-escalate from Facebook, especially now that I done took that first flight in the airplane. I'm still trying to orient myself from that stimulus. So I'm slowly but surely pick it back up. But man, Brandon, I'm gonna get you out of here on this, man. What do you think happened to Jukebox? Give us your prediction for Jukebox. Did she get beat up? Who she get in the fight with? What happened? Because there's really not a lot of clues as to why she would get in that police car beat up.
Right. Yeah, because they really didn't leave anything. The only thing maybe I can think of, and this is a reach, a long shot. Maybe, you know, her dad was Marvin was so upset, you know, because he never fully accepted her, you know, being a lesbian and being herself. Like,
does he even know that?
Yeah,
I don't think he knows.
Okay. So so honestly, I really don't know who she would get in an altercation with to make her want to confide in Detective Burt, you know, to say, hey, I'm warning you, you know, be on the lookout. Like, honestly, I don't know. That's a good question.
I think Unique's people might have caught up with her.
Yeah.
And let her live.
They've been letting everybody else live.
Look, that's true.
God.
Look, maybe that's what made Marvin decide to shoot his car.
Terrible at finishing the job.
Yeah, that could be. That could be it.
You know?
That could be it. That could be it.
What was the last thing you said?
Maybe that's what made Marvin shoot his car up like that.
Oh, never know.
See? There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to give it up for my homie Brandon, who decided to come through and kick it with us for the first 20 minutes of the show as we do the Power. Big homie, are you going to be watching Power Book 2, the show that stars the best female actress in the Power universe, Professor Megram?
Oh, you already
Keys.
Look.
Well, no, you did not. No, you did not go.
I didn't say it.
No, you did not. See, Brandon, come on, man. I let you on the show, and then you start whipping out Lock and Keys. You come in here with your coats, gear, and stuff. Man, get out of here, man. Keep in touch, though.
Yes,
I just want to know if they're going to have a Tariq Bot commercial on there this time. You know,
if they do, me and Larry want our coins.
Right.
We want our percentage.
We want our coin. We done gave y'all the name y'all can run with.
There you go, y'all. Thank y'all, man. It's been a pleasure. Right. Thank y'all.
Yeah, appreciate that, Brandon.
Take care.
Bye.
You saying. All right, y'all.
Hey, before you move on real quick, Lamont, guess what? I was rewatching Game of Thrones like I do every now and then, right?
Me too.
Guess who I saw? You over there talking about your girl, Professor Milgram. Guess what? She's in Game of Thrones. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I've been saying that.
I she in Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
she was one of the priests, you know, the red priest speaking Valyrian.
Yeah.
And Marine, I think.
Yeah, and Marine Bay.
I was like, oh my God, I had to rewind it because I was like, I know that's not Professor Milgram, and I thought about you.
Watch it.
Oh yeah, I did a full video last year where I broke down some of the other things she's acted in, and that was one of those things.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes you know how that happens. Sometimes if you don't know somebody,
and then when you go back and watch it again, you be like, "Oh shoot!"
That's right. So
and with the type of shows me and Larry tend to watch, you see this happening over and over again. Like you'll see, we watch stuff like Curb Your Enthusiasm, Shameless, Billions, Damages. And you'll see some of these characters spin through these other shows. You'll be like, oh, okay.
Right.
You know,
know who's in Godfather of Harlem that was on Power, right?
Who's the
FBI agent that probably killed in Proctor House.
Mm-hmm. And did you see Gene Carlos? Gene Carlos from Godfather Harlem. He's about to get this huge mega role on what's that crime show that comes on? True Crime. He's about to get his own series on True Crime on Netflix.
And who's that?
Gene Carlo. He plays Adam Clayton Powell.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Gene Carlo Esposito? Yeah.
Well, he deserves his own series now.
Oh, dude
He's been out since the 80s.
Dude is amazing.
He played, I forgot his name in Breaking Bad.
Yep, that's right. He was in Cooley High.
In Breaking Bad. Remember when he was in Breaking Bad?
Further back.
Yeah, he was in Do the Right Thing too.
Like I said, he was in a lot of Spike Lee's movies.
And your boy
Fresh.
He is big friends with why am I shooting a blank on everybody's name tonight? Samuel L. Jackson and him are like this.
Oh wow.
And Samuel L. Jackson had him a role in the MCU.
Fresh? Oh.
But he turned it down. He turned it down because it was not going to be like an ongoing big role like what he has.
Oh,
so now I read an article where Samuel L. Jackson still has him in contact with the MCU, and he might be playing one of the elder gods in the MCU universe, which would be perfect for him.
Yeah,
that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. But definitely. Let's get on with it, ladies and gentlemen. Heels episode 5 was gruesome. It was gruesome. and
sure
that shit was good. Let me give y'all an opening credit.
Oh my gosh.
I ain't got that part. I ain't got the part with legs snap. I ain't get that. But I do.
Thank God.
But I do got something to kind of refresh your memory. Here we go.
These people one hell of a night in the cage. You need my expertise. You don't know really what you're doing. You down on your luck. It's not gonna change around here. You got chops.
Maybe this is just the wrong place for me.
Let's good night.
Boy, I'm gonna come to you, Miss K, on the first thing. When they first opened the show, you got the homegirl Crystal right here practicing her promo. And when I tell you that shit was fire, Miss K, that is how you do a promo. She was how you do a promo. When I used to do my stuff in the little Aden, North Carolina high schools, that is how you do a promo. I want you to tell me how you enjoyed Crystal and the opening scene when they was practicing for the big cage match. That was a crazy scene.
Yeah, it was cool. It's a shame that Ace. I really appreciate how Jack. When we first say that, I appreciate how Jack is really. He's going there. He's allowing Ace to have some say now, right? It's not just from last week. He's got a continuation going on. And when Ace says it's too much, I forgot exactly what he said. Did he say it's too much or something, or it was something that he said about her promo or whatever? You know, he didn't like it.
Yeah, because her promo was so good, it was superseding his brother's promo and the things his brother was going to say. So he didn't want her to lay it on that thick. But I'm sitting there screaming at him, bruh, that is the talent for your organization right there. Yeah. She is the if you're not going to let her wrestle, you need to have her being the new age Scary Sherry manager, because she is the talent for the organization, man. And my initial thoughts was confirmed later on in the episode. But Big Larry, how did you feel about the opening scene?
Yeah, it was funny because it was like for the longest time, Ace has been trying to get some more shine, and finally Jack lets him, and then his valet just straight up stages him, and it's just like he wants to be the man, but he's just not the man.
No, he's not.
I mean, that's just what it is. He wants to be the man. He's just not the man.
Baby got you tired, Black Lamont.
You know, which is funny because the actor himself is kind of the man. I mean, dude can play the role, you know.
Well, Larry, he is playing the role. He's playing the hell out of this role.
Yeah,
I'm convinced he's a pompous, immature, no sense of security jackass. He's playing, and on top of that, can I say dumb? On top of that, Moochie, tell me how you felt about the opening scene.
I like the opening scene.
Me too.
And I thought she was in there when it first started, because the lights was out. I thought she was in there just messing around. But then I was like, oh, they actually giving her a chance now, because she had a lot of good ideas.
Yeah.
And I like her character.
I love it.
I like her character. And she was very encouraging to Bobby. She don't see him like that, but she was basically, you new to the game, I'm going to help you out. Right.
I think so far for me, my two favorite characters, of course, y'all know I like Wild Bill, because he reminds me, if you was watching wrestling when we were young, he reminds you of all those throwback dudes: Jake Roberts, the Fabulous Freebirds, the Wild Eye Southern Boys, Dory, Terry, and Jack Funk. He reminds you of what them dudes would have been like if you was hanging with them outside the ring. And so speaking of him, and I'll start off with you on this one, Larry. Talk about this half-assed press conference, man. Let me tell you something. If you a PR manager, you tearing your hair out over the stuff he said. Larry, talk about this press conference. Look at the people.
I feel like, I'll be honest with you. I feel like this was a failure on the PR people's faults big time. Like, they should have told him straight up, if you want back in this organization, we're going to give you this piece of paper and you're going to read every single word on it. And then you're going to say thank you and walk away from the microphone. Instead, there's not even a podium up there for him to have a piece of paper. They let him up there with all those microphones and just freelancing. I'm like, I mean, they wanted him to just to go off the rails, and he did exactly that. I mean, on some level, I understand why they're upset, but did you see the reaction of the reporters? They were eating him up. This dude is still a rock star, and I feel like they need to let him be him.
Yep. Jump in there, Moochie. Love me some
went
Wild
down
Bill.
in flames.
He what?
He went down in flames. Like she was looking like, what? Like, what the heck? And then he was talking about how he's circumcised and this and that. I'm like, what the hell? And a man always thinks about either putting a penis in somebody's mouth or other places.
In a hole.
Like,
in a hole somewhere. What did he say?
He was out of control.
Yeah,
completely.
And think about this. He wasn't even drunk or high.
I know that was all him.
This is him normal. Jump on in there, Miss K.
I mean, Moochie kind of took the words out of my mouth with the whole circumcision thing, how he just tried to spin the whole thing.
Well, you know,
he tried to spin it with that, and like Larry said, the people, I mean, it looked like the reporters were here for it. I'm sorry, they was really loving it, and the whoever his manager is or whoever she was, like, what the heck was that? Listen, it looked like she don't have nothing to worry about. I don't know. It looked like it helped him. I don't know. Like, you know, you just kind of, at some point, you just got to accept who the guy is. You know, that's how I looked at it.
Well, you know, thankfully, his PR person doesn't work for the wrestling organization. She works for him. Mm-hmm. And while it was a nightmare for her, obviously, the audience loved it. They're eating it up. Mm-hmm. And I mean, people love it. People love to hear a train wreck. Yeah. People love to hear the hardcore truth unfabricated. It's just that you're supposed to be judicious in how you do it. Mm-hmm. So if this man really cared about getting his job back with a big company, he would have got his ass up there and said all the nice things the PR rep wanted him to say, but he didn't. So it just goes to show you, he knows that he has pull outside that corporation, and obviously he's been trying to give it to Jack. And Jack, and I'll come to you on this one. Let's see, Miss K. Mm-hmm. He pulled after that meeting, that press conference. He pulls up on Jack, who was jogging, and tells Jack that he stink and it's going to hurt his knees, and everything he was saying was the truth.
Yep.
If you don't do some muscle lifting and all that, it will tear up your knees eventually. That is the honest to goodness truth. And he wants to get a role in this organization, but Jack of Spades ain't having it. Talk to us about that, Miss K.
Well, I don't want to jump, but I'm with Jack.
You can jump. You can jump. Y'all can jump.
I'm with Jack on this. Like,
you with Jack?
Yes, I don't trust you. Like Wild Bill for whatever reasons you like him. I don't trust him. Look at all the stuff he stirred up at the end of the day. That was all because of him. You don't see that, Lamont? That was all because of him. He got all up in Crystal's head. Then he what did he did? I forgot. It was mostly that he got up in Crystal's head.
He does something every episode.
Yeah, he's always getting in somebody's head, and it's like he's the devil.
Let me interject on you.
That picture, that grand picture, you know, and feed you these wonderful things like the devil.
but don't we need somebody encouraging us to be who we are if that can make us shine? Because all the people he's encouraging, he's giving them the right information. But it's just that they've got someone sitting on top of them that's preventing them from doing it.
But the thing is, if you're gonna encourage somebody to go against, to undermine authority, then you're not really encouraging them. You're encouraging the wrong thing. At least say, when it's your time, you do this, but make sure that it's okay with Jack or whoever the authority is. But you got this chick over here changing scripts and doing all kinds of stuff. But I want to save that for somebody else before we get all there, right? Okay. But this is what I wanted at that moment for this scene right here. I wanted them to fight.
Now, I'm gonna tell you what. Don't you be surprised if old Wild Bill still got some tricks up that sleeve now. I'm telling you.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's why I wanted them to fight, because I wanted to see who would win. Because Jack was just so confident that he gonna break this old man down, and I was like, I don't know. I really want to see this right now.
Jump in there, Moochie, Lord. Miss K, boy, I tell you.
With Wild Bill, he's been. I know the backstory, but he left Jack's father and went to a bigger league.
Yeah, he left the DWL.
That's why he doesn't want to really give him a chance, because he basically was the reason of their downfall the way he left.
He feels like Wild Bill contributed to the father killing himself. Exactly.
And I think he's bitter towards him because of that. Now, as far as him bothering Ace, Ace is the brother, right?
Yeah.
As far as him bothering Ace, he got in his head at the pool hall.
Yeah,
when he did all of that, I'm like, what the heck?
But see,
even offered him drug, like the painkillers.
Now, see, I ain't got no love for that. I mean,
I didn't like that.
He can go on about his business with that. But Larry, he's encouraging these people. Yes, you usurp the authority you're at because you can get a job at a major corporation. Talk to me, Larry, about Wild Bill. Now, I would get if you telling somebody usurp authority and you ain't gonna have no job. But he's telling these people, Ace and Crystal, your talent is so good, you wasting your time in the DWL when you can be getting the big bucks like I was getting. Jump on in there,
Does he have pull anymore?
Did you not see these reporters?
I mean,
he's got
he
plenty
would have to have his
pool.
own agency, sure, or something.
Hey, you see that PR girl? He's got plenty of pool. It's on you, Larry.
Yeah, I think I think when Wild Bill showed up there, I think that's exactly what Jack wanted. Because let's not remember the episode before, Jack showed up to the hotel. He saw how down and out, Wild Bill was. And I think what he was thinking is, you know what? I'm not going to say anything to him. I'm going to pull back and I'm going to let him come to me. That way there's going to be a power dynamic shift. And it's going to be that I'm the one that's holding the power. I'm going to be the one holding the cards and not Wild Bill. And I think that's what I think Wild Bill coming to him is exactly what he wanted. And I think it's perfect timing really for both of them, because Wild Bill needs a win right now. So does Jack. And when they're going to go do this big county fair, I mean, right now you don't have Bobby Penn because Ace screwed that up. And so now anyways, even if you did have Bobby Penn, who would the audience rather see? They would much rather see Wild Bill come in there and wrestle Jack Spade. And now he has that on the table for him. That's going to be absolutely incredible for everybody involved. And on another point, I think Ace screwed up, not just because of what he did to Bobby Penn, but I think he screwed up his opportunity to move up to a bigger organization, because no one's going to want to take a chance on him when they saw what he did to that dude. Everybody knows that's not an accident. You don't accidentally do that. That's intentional. And these guys who are professional athletes, they're elite athletes, they depend on their bodies being healthy. They're not going to want to take a risk on a wild card like that. Somebody who gets angry over a girl that you were just screaming out is not even you're not even my girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to go and hurt somebody over that. These guys aren't going to want to take a chance on some recluse like that.
And I can just tell you from being in the field, if you hurt someone when you get to maybe a mid-level or higher, they don't give a damn why you hurt. It could be for a girl. It could be somebody said your mama's vagina smelled like sausage water. They don't care why you hurt someone. You will not be wrestling with nobody. They don't give a damn. Trust me. They don't, Larry, I'm telling you.
Wow.
Even in the little thing I was in, Larry, it was like, 15 of us. One dude splashed somebody, like jumped off the top of the ring and didn't. You're supposed to make yourself soft. Like, if you swing at somebody with your fist, you can tense your fist and that hurts. You're supposed to keep your hands semi-clenched so it looks like it's tense, but it's not. Dude, big fat dude, look like Vader knockoff, jumps off the ring on top of homeboy, breaks his rib. You could literally hear it while they had scouts in Aiden watching. Do you think he got him a wrestling job? Hell no. And he had a lot of talent too. He was a talented big man. He ain't get no job, and nobody would touch him because he hurt this other dude who was a nobody. So no, they're not having
to know how to fall and stuff, right?
Right. Yeah. You gotta know.
Just recently, Ronda Rousey got suspended. She got suspended because she actually choked somebody out. I think she got a little upset about something, and she actually choked someone out, and they suspended her.
Oh, they nullified her contract, Larry, because in all them contracts, one way that WWE and probably the other promotions get out of it, if you hurt someone and it costs them money to get fixed, your contract is cut.
Yeah.
That's an escape clause on the contract, but man.
So she's done basically?
Oh, she's done unless she kissed the ring somehow, some way, and most likely none of the wrestlers like her butt anyway, because they felt like we've been in here grinding all these years. You really just bringing her in here because she's going to sell some tickets. But I mean, honestly, that happens with every wrestling promotion. This is the same concept that's going on right now with Wild Bill. Ace don't want to bring him in because he hasn't been true to the little small promotion, but he needs to sell tickets. That's what he needs to do. And speaking of Wild Bill, I don't know how Wild Bill stay in my notes, but he's back. I'm gonna come to you on this one, Moochie. Talk to me about when Wild Bill went to Piggly Wiggly, and if you're from North Carolina, we call it Niggly Wiggly. Talk to me about
why?
Because that's the grocery store where all the black folks shop at.
Nigga, I knew it had to do with.
Lord,
I knew it.
So
I just remember Piggly Wiggly from Driving Miss Daisy.
Oh no, there's real Piggly Wigglies in the South.
So
believe
like,
me, they big down here. Talk to me about how Bill rolls up on the wife and is just twisting the knife in her too till she got mad and she gave him the what.
Dumb.
He was just an a-hole. He's just rude. He was nasty to all. You gotta work because y'all business, y'all little league ain't doing so hot.
Well, is he lying?
Yeah, I mean, no, he's not lying, but
I
would even if I wouldn't let him know that, and I'm glad she did. No, I'm working because I want to.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have even if I wouldn't never let him know that.
Okay, Miss K, jump on in there. I see you over there rolling your eyes. I mean, your makeup looks like it's about to disappear.
What looked like it's going to disappear?
Your eye makeup, the makeup on your eyeball, like it's about to turn red. You mad?
Because, okay, first of all, I don't know who to be more upset with, him or her.
Okay.
Because she gonna open her freaking mouth and tell this guy where he didn't know nothing about this situation, nothing. And because she opened her mouth and said that, that's when he went there and started to do all his black magic.
The autograph session, and then he winked at Crystal and told her she had a little talent.
Right. So I'm kind of annoyed with the wife, honestly, with this one. Because if you know how this guy is and he's such a piece of crap to you and everything, don't be talking to him like that. Don't be telling him your moves or what y'all got planned. Because I see why she did it, but it wasn't smart.
Okay.
That's all.
No, I agree.
Okay. Jump in there, Big Larry.
Yeah, that was just she shouldn't have. Maybe that's why she didn't need to go get a job.
Right. You don't need to be out in the public.
You didn't want her to go to work anyways. Maybe she needed to stay at home because she can't handle herself. I don't know, but that was just. I mean, soon as she said that, it was like you could just see his ears perk up, like he was a little dog. Like
what?
Spider sense went up.
Yes,
and boy, I don't know what they were thinking. Soon as he had the opportunity to grab a microphone, he took full advantage of it. Boy, he was prepared.
Larry, I was loving it because one of the hard things when even on wrestling you see on TV, it's hard to find these I guess these men like him that actually can command the audience and have them halfway laughing and then upset. It's hard to command the audience like that. That's a skill that a lot of these guys don't have, which is why you used to see so many dudes with managers, because the big bulky guys, they ain't got no skills on the mic. They would say maybe 2 sentences, then they give it to the manager. So I'm sitting back just having an old school fest every time Wild Bill on the screen, just enjoying myself. I'm like Miss K. I'm eating my popcorn. I'm just like Miss K. That's what I'm doing. Every time Wild Bill get on screen, I'm like, because it's reminiscent for me. Because when I was young, dudes like him was the one trying to teach us young people how to do this thing. Like I said, so I don't know, man. He
remind me of Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
He's old school like that. He's old, but Hacksaw ain't quite that country bumpkin. He's country, but Hacksaw's more of your green giant country. This dude right here is whiskey, Tennessee, moonshine riding Wild Bill. That's what Wild Bill is. And okay, we finally can get off Wild Bill. Can we talk about Ace getting Crystal replaced because her damn lines was so much more better than hers? He got her replaced by the whore Trish. The whore, and Moochie, you can take this one away first. He go find this bimbo, and I'm saying it's strictly my people in terms of TV, not in real life. I guess I gotta make sure y'all know that. He go find this bimbo at the pool hall, brings her in, and all of a sudden now she thinks she's the valet for a big time wrestler. Take it away and gets Crystal replaced.
I was a cheerleader.
Like it meant something.
Get out of here.
A cheerleader in what, middle school?
Yeah.
I think she did say middle school.
Damn.
That'd be funny if she did.
That was funny.
Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord. Larry, jump on in there.
I might be running with it, but
terrible.
I was just like, she really think, and then she thought she was gonna be coming in there doing what Crystal do. But she remember how she was in the beginning the lady that runs everything, where you don't talk, you don't speak unless you speak, and you don't speak until you spoken to.
Right.
You don't belong back here.
Willie.
This is where you get dressed. That's basically where it was with her. She's not gonna be part of the show like how Crystal is.
No, never. Jump in there, Larry.
I just loved it when, they had that fight back there and she thought she was going to come out like hot shit. And she came out there and the whole crowd was booing her. And she came out there, she was strutting her little stuff. And then she looked around, was like, wait a minute, this isn't what I expected. Why they hate me? Because she's so used to being the hot chick. She's at the bar with her little short shorts and the dudes all love her. And she comes in there and now she's like, why does everybody hate me? It was just great. It was like you got to see that all that confidence and all that stuff she had just literally just melt away in an instant. And she was like, what? And Crystal's over there with that little sly smirk on her face like, yeah, you think you have him, you can go ahead and have him out there. But out here, this is all me,
Damn right. Yes, Miss K, talk about little Miss No Hind Parts Trish. I don't know how the hell she thinks she's fine when she can't weigh no more than 89 pounds soaking wet.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead, sorry.
That's what the manager said to her. Trish actually thought she was some hot stuff. The manager told her, look, chick, you a couple of bricks short of a foundation. You need to go eat some ham hocks or something.
Right. She was just, she was something else trying to come in there like that. And I think, at first, this is how it was at first for me. I understood why Ace was doing it because his feelings was involved with what what's her name, Crystal, and I was looking at it like he's trying to separate that. But then as time is going on, it's like this guy's being spiteful. He over there kissing the girl in front of her. Crystal's over there in the mirror. She could see them. I'm like, okay, bro, you being a little too petty right now. Yeah. Because I thought he was just trying to sever ties so that he could work better. I'm over here trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. And this clown over here being all kinds of petty. And I did not like that. And unlike you guys, I didn't really start liking Crystal yet until this episode. Like when she had them tears in her eyes and, you know, she's like, why are you doing this and stuff? I felt for her. You know what I mean? Because honestly, through the first 3 episodes or 2 episodes, I was really looking at her like an opportunist. She kind of annoyed me. But with this situation, I guess she really does. She really liked Ace. And it was just like, tag. So if he wasn't back there kissing that girl like that, doing the most, she probably wouldn't have went forward with what Wild Bill said. But once she walked out there and she pulled that hair back, I said, oh my freaking God.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, because remember when he told her, he said, pull your hair back. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to tell her how to do everything. And he said, you got to pull your hair back to show your face and this, all this kind of stuff. And once she did that, I said, she about to do exactly what the heck he told her to do. Right. But one thing before I pass the mic, I really like how Willie had her back when they was about to like go at it, when her and Trish was about to go at it. Willie had to tell Trish about herself. And you know, normally Willie is on Crystal's back. Like she'd be like, get out of here, this ain't for you, this place ain't for you. You know, like you said, Moochie, be quiet, whatever, you know what I mean? But she had her back in that moment. Like, girl, you know, I forgot exactly what she said. I wish I could remember what she said, but I like that part when she did that because it just showed her loyalty. Like, you coming up in here doing the most, don't get jumped. She should have said that.
And then, and what made it worse was how Crystal was crying. And this is what got the whole fight started in the first place. She was like, oh, I know. Trish was like, I know you're not over there crying. And you know what? Look, Miss K, me and you debated Crystal last week. And I told you I thought she was a real G, a non-opportunist, because when the boys got into that bar fight, she went out there and Hurricane Rana them other dudes, and she didn't do that for a specific gain. She was just trying to say, look, I'm down with the family. I didn't think she was doing that for any gain. And this right here, this episode confirmed my suspicion. No, she cared for them for real. Like she really had some feelings for there. And he done brought this whore in here who's going to suck the life out. And she's a Johnny come lately too. Book it. Trish is not going to be there for the long run. Book it.
That's true.
Yeah, she's not. She's not. I don't think she could handle the whole thing being booed.
No, she can't handle that.
She thought Ace was still a good guy.
And when Willie told her that her hind parts was thin, she ain't like that either. She did not like that either. So y'all just hold your horses. I'm coming to you on this one, Big Larry, because the drama is thick in this thing, man. So Rooster tried to pull Ace to the side again. I mean, Jack to the side again, like, bruh, I got this idea, you know, blah, blah, blah. He gets ignored. Jack ignores him in the beginning. Big B, Rooster's homeboy, is like, look, I don't care about all that stuff, the storyline. I'm going to take the fall for you. Because, you know, in the Battle Royale, Big B's supposed to win and Rooster's supposed to lose. Right. But when they have the match, Rooster's just like, oh, man, F it. And Big B is like, you sure? Oh, man, F it. So he goes ahead, he wins. But at the end of all that, Larry, I think we might have got some footing. Jack listened to Rooster and said, look, brother, I hear you. I'm with you. I know your name. I know what you do. I know about your family. And I'm going to give you a push. How you feeling, Larry?
I mean, he did let Rooster know that he wasn't just some unknown nobody he was just using.
Right.
But I still think he's not giving him his proper shot just yet. And I think he's going to have to soon, because I have a feeling when he goes to that county fair, there's going to be a lot of eyes on him. And I think Rooster's going to probably get a call from somebody, and he's going to have to make a decision whether to stay or whether to go. And I think where they might be going with this show is that at the time after this county fair, I think the whole organization might be on their way up, where people might start saying, hey, we want you to come over to whatever arena in this big city and come do a show, or we want you to go here and do a show instead of just staying in Duffy. And then I think Rooster's going to be stuck with he's going to be forced to make a decision. Do I want to go with this other organization that's offering me something bigger, or do I want to stay with DWL as they're growing? So we'll see though. But I think Rooster's on his way up either way.
Gotcha. What'd you think about it, Moochie?
I feel like he needs to give Rooster a chance.
He better.
He needs to give Rooster a chance because he could have took the opportunity that his boy was going to give him and let him win the match. But he at the last minute he was like, "No, I'm not going to do it. He's not going to do it," and he stayed loyal. So I hope he gets what is just due.
Right. I think he will get that because dude is talented. Trying to hold him back. The crowd was into it, cheering for Rooster. Crowd was behind him. It's only a matter of time. But I still do think in my heart what's going to happen. They're going to come try to poach Rooster.
I saw the coming attractions. They are.
Oh, okay.
And it's gonna be the other guy that wanted to buy the ring.
The Florida wrestling organization.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he don't like Jack.
Okay. All right. Well, it's gonna be on you now, Moochie, since Miss K is away for a few minutes.
All right.
I really, really love when Crystal jumped in the ring and grabbed that mic. I can't get enough of this. And the way she engaged the crowd, she went off script from what Jack gave her and said, "Ace can't satisfy me." So he goes out here and get this trashy whore talking about Trish. And then she went into her whole spiel, gets in my man's face and be like, "Look, boy, this is what you're missing out on." But what was so funny, Moochie, Ace is outside the car screwing Trish, looking at the camper, and like we said, Crystal ain't really into Bobby Pin.
He wanted her to see, like, look at what I'm doing. See,
no,
for me, he was upset at first.
It seemed like he was looking in the camper to see what was going on with Crystal.
Yeah, that's why he was looking all. Every time she went in that direction, he was looking.
And she was sitting in the
signing
Jeep.
the autographs.
Yeah,
I think she went over there, and he was like,
"I'm sorry."
Then with this, he was like,
"What's the name?" I know it's your turn, Moochie, but because y'all talking about that, I just want to say that Trish's stuff must be horrific, okay? Because she could not keep that man's attention. I'm sorry. She was over there riding on him, and he busy looking at the camper. Like, what?
Through a foggy window.
Hey, look, if your heart,
you must got some good cookies. If you got a dude staring through a foggy window to wonder what you doing.
Right.
While he's in the middle of some other cookies.
Yes.
He knee deep in some other cookies.
I just want to say, it doesn't matter how good your stuff is. If a dude is feeling somebody else, you could be Halle Berry putting it down like a porn star, and dude is gonna be like, whatever.
Exactly. I mean,
I'm not even done. I'm still thinking about somebody else.
Like it ain't no lie. It's not a lie when a dude be like, I can just screw a woman and not care about her. Because clearly that's what Ace was doing. He don't care about it. He's just screwing her. He care about the one that he think is getting her back blown out in that camper by Bobby Pin.
But he was so nasty to her.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. But can I say that, Crystal, I understand why she's acting like this, but at the same time, because of the type of person that Ace is, she saw that he was trying to apologize. That's why sometimes when you see somebody trying to apologize or something, just go ahead and take it. Don't drag it on, because look what happened. She's over like, no, I don't. This is from last week's episode when he tried to apologize. And she's like, no, I think I'm just going to go eat tonight. Whatever the heck she said, right? If she would have just said, give me one more day or just kind of received it a little better, all of this stuff wouldn't have happened. And the reason why I'm saying this too is because look how hurt she was when he brought Trish up in there. Boo, if you was feeling that bad, then you should have took this man up on his, it's hard for him to apologize. You got to know who he is.
It was a shitty apology, though.
It really
I was about to say.
It really, really was. But don't try to play hard to get, because look what freaking happens. He done went and keyed the man's car and then got with a little whore from the bar.
Okay. All right, Larry.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some real issues between Bobby Pins Ace once Bobby Pence gets out the hospital, because I think Crystal might have some real feelings for Bobby Penn now, because I think before she did, I don't think she was really feeling him like that before. I think she just thought he was a really sweet guy and it was a nice dude and was helping him out, whatever. But when they were doing that promo photo, and it was one thing when they just tried to do the little peck, but once they actually kissed, it seemed like her demeanor changed a little bit. And it wasn't sexual. It was like it was almost like she started really feeling him in that moment. And people, I mean, I don't know how many of y'all know, sex is one thing. You can have sex and move on, but kissing, there's a certain intimacy about kissing that changes the dynamic with certain things. And I think when she kissed that dude like she did, I think it might have changed things for her. And I think when we see Bobby Pence get out the hospital, especially when he finds out that wasn't an accident, you know, I think Crystal's gonna have a decision to make, and I think she might be going the other direction from Ace.
I hope Bobby stay nice and sweet.
Nah, that is clearly you guys have heard people in passing say it's time to get broke in. That is literally the definition of getting broke in. Yeah. And he's going to come back a little tougher because
I
they
believe that.
took advantage of him.
I mean, don't want him to be a jerk though.
He was an a-hole through that whole match, Ace.
Yeah. I think what's going to happen is that when he gets out, because you remember when all that happened, when he was on the gurney, he was apologizing to Jack like he thought he did something wrong. Yeah. And I think once he gets out and Crystal tells him, that's not your fault. He broke your leg. He did it on purpose because he was mad and jealous. And once he learns this, I think the way he approaches Ace and this whole wrestling thing is going to change. He may not turn into a bad guy, but he's definitely not going to be the pushover that he is right now.
Nope. Definitely. All right, Miss K, we coming your way now. So they having the match. Ace is a little too rough. He winds up breaking my man's leg, and they show it right there in the ring.
Yes.
And after they pull, and it was the way they did it. It was gruesome, and I normally don't get grossed out, but the way that was like some great editing. It's great cinematography. I was totally grossed out. Matter of fact, I was eating a chicken wing and I put it down. I was done. I was done. I mean, and I love me a chicken wing, man. And I was like, nah, hell no, I ain't eating this chicken wing. I was almost about to become a vegetarian because of that. But Ace gives him too much rough play. And in the ring, we heard them saying, lighten up. That's exactly what we do in real life. He breaks the man's leg. They rush out. Who jumps in the ring, grabs the mic? My man, Wild Bill. And he talks about the 3 F's: food, fishing, and fornicating. He has some lines. And while he's in the ring, the crowd is going crazy for this brother.
Oh, yes.
Because remember, before he got in there, it was like this big hush. The crowd was just
they were like, what the heck? They was
now, mind you, the board for the state fair is there. And they don't know that all this stuff is fake. And so they sold it in like, man, why we ain't been coming to this stuff, man? We got to get these people packed in. Wild Bill jumps in. He says, let's get a 3-way match between me, Jack, and Ace. And guess what? Jack comes to the ring with his belt, and he accepts. Take it away, Miss K.
Well, you know how much I don't like this guy. He's a troublemaker. But it's so funny how he kind of saved it. Yeah. With him doing that, coming in, he saved the day with this whole situation. And I believe it's because of him coming in there, taking that daggone mic is the reason why they got the fair. That's what I think.
Yeah, because it still looked like an act.
Right.
It looked like an act.
And then I thought that Jack was good when he came out as well and kind of like went with the flow, even though he was really, really pissed off, obviously. And so that was really good. So these people, like you said, they was out there like, oh, wow, this is amazing. And I mean, I don't see how anyone could possibly think that was fake. All right. This man freaking bone snapping out. I do not see how anybody could think that was fake at all. I would know for sure. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. So, but I'm gonna let you go in a minute. One thing I'll say is that he reminded me kind of like the Cat in the Hat, where you come through and you wreak all kinds of hell and havoc, and then you bring in the thing 1 and thing 2
To
and
clean
all that.
up when you
clean
leave.
up the stuff. Yeah, to clean up what you did. That's kind of that's what he did on this episode. He created this whole damn mess. You better get out there and clean it up. But it's just a testament to the fact that, you know, even though he might not be, even though he's a negative, to me, he's negative for this, but because he knows what he's doing, he might be good in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I'll swing it your way, Larry. How'd you like how it all shaked out? And yeah, how'd you like it?
I mean, I hated the way things went down with Bobby Pins and Ace. I just thought that was just a straight just BI move on Ace's part.
It was 100%.
But Wild Bill, he came in there and he Wild Billed it up and saved the day because, you know, like Kay was saying, it's probably because he got in there that the county fair people actually decided to seal the deal, because not only were they entertained by all of this, but they also know now going into the performance at the county fair, they're going to have this huge nationally known name in Wild Bill performing. That's going to be a huge draw for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, to be honest with you, as terrible as all of this is, it's a win-win for everyone. It's a win for the DWL because they're going to have this great match that's going to draw all kinds of people in and all kinds of attention at the county fair, which is probably the biggest crowd they've ever performed in front of. You have Wild Bill who's trying to rehabilitate his career, you know, and he's going to all of a sudden pop up and have this great match with a pretty large audience that his organization that he wants to get back right with is going to be able to see. And you're going to have everybody else there too that's going to get their shot. I mean, my hope is that because you know Bobby Pins is still going to be in the hospital because he had to have surgery. I'm hoping that Wild Bill takes Crystal on as his valet for a period of time, and she gets to go in there and get her shine in front of the audience, in front of that big crowd too.
That would be horrible because both of them are good on the mic. You don't want them together. You want them to kind of be opposite. That's why they kept splitting up Macho Man and Sherry, Macho Man and Elizabeth. If you got two people who are good on the mics, you want them to be opposing forces. But for what he's trying to do and create, Larry, you might see that. You just might see that.
You know, Jack actually respects what she can do on the mic. Jack might take her as his valet for a bit.
Ooh, I think that's what's going to happen.
That would work.
I was going to say that.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that. I think that's going to happen because now she's basically not going to be able to work because she was Bobby's valet. Mm-hmm. And they did. I don't mean to run ahead, but
no, you go ahead.
They did show in the coming attractions that I'm trying to get the name here. The Willie Day, she said you created this, so now you got to let it play out. Because now she didn't like the way how everything is going. They showed him coming home from the hospital. Mm-hmm. So now we got to see how this is going to happen. What's going to take place with this, and are they going to really bring in the audience that they have for the match?
Yeah. Oh, they come.
I think they could still have Bobby come there too with his thing to let it look like he really is injured, but you know, to play it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't the fair kind of like an automatic crowd? You know, that's why they wanted them. So what they wanted to get the fair so bad because that was kind of like that automatic attraction. You know?
And they said like it's going to be 40,000 people in whatever event in that little space they're going to be in.
Right. Yeah.
Man, that is going to be nuts. And you need to have that three-way ladder match that they're going to do. First of all, there needs to be a lot of promos cut for that. I'm telling you. And you have to get Crystal in on some of those promos too. Since they don't have women wrestling, you need to have her as a valet. So I think y'all are on to something. But at the end of the day, Jack is already good on the mic. It's really the little brother who's kind of iffy.
Yeah, he sucks.
He's kind of iffy on the mic. Yeah. So,
but what do you guys think about them making, kind of spinning it? And I think Wild Bill would be the one to push this, right? Mm-hmm. We already know Trish is horrible. She probably can't. She can't wrestle, obviously, right? But if they make the two fight, that'll be cool. But she would have to learn how to wrestle, though, right?
Yeah. She would have to learn how to wrestle, and plus you can't trust Trish. Yeah, Trish might just go off on the deep end and hurt somebody. You could trust Crystal because Crystal's a professional, Right. But how can you trust Trish? You can't trust her.
Except for what she did for this season and this
right.
Season. She went off script. You saw what Jack said. Don't you ever go off script like that again.
Right.
Did you guys talk about Rooster and Jack's conversation while I was gone?
We did. Yeah. You got something you want to say about it?
No, I just really like the fact that, I thought that it kind of put things into perspective for Rooster, but the way the promos are looking, I mean, the trailer is looking for next week, look like he could still possibly think about going with the bigger leagues. I thought that because, look, Jack let him know, look, he know his whole name. Like, I know pretty much, I know you. I know who I'm dealing with, this and that. I just thought it was nice. I thought it was a good surprise. And I thought that it was a way to show Rooster that Jack is not who he thinks he is. That's what I got out of it. But I think for a moment, Rooster could have felt that way. But then when he was walking away, it still looked like he was in a funk. Like, look, I don't even care. I just don't wait no more. So who knows what's going to happen next week.
And you know what? I'm with him. On that. I mean, at some point in time, words don't matter. My grandma used to always say, she said, Lamont, I don't give a damn what somebody tell you. You judge them by their actions, not their words. So at some point in time, Jack is going to have to put all those words into action, and he's going to have to do it quicker than later. Because Rooster is talented. Rooster is very talented.
And as an athlete, you only have a limited amount of time that you can perform at that high level, and then like Wild Bill, you start to decline. And if you're a big name like Wild Bill, you can continue to perform because you're a character that people know and love. Rooster is still new. He'll still be new. He needs to get out there now while he's young-ish, and because he's been in this game for a minute. So, but he needs to get out there while he still physically can. So
put Crystal with Rooster. Because Rooster mic skills ain't that good. So you put Crystal with Rooster, and that would be an outstanding pairing. And that's how I would do the rest.
I could see that happening.
Yeah, that'd be great. Last point I'm gonna give y'all, then we're gonna get out of here. And I'll start with you on this one, Miss Moochie. At the very end, when they was in the hospital, the brothers is out there fighting, or should I say, Jack is beating up Ace. Because deep down, really, y'all, I know the behavior of puss balls. Ace is a puss ball. He's just a fucking puss ball. And Jack is pushing them around, all while the son is looking at the whole thing. And the son know that part ain't fake.
Right. Well, he knew from this when the father did this signal. Remember, they told him in the beginning when this happens, this is real. Somebody's really hurt. Mm-hmm. So he was kind of in, like, he's seeing all of this transpire.
Right.
And I think he was kind of traumatized behind it.
Yeah, I mean, if you see your dad and the uncle that you love in a tussle such as that, and they was kind of heated.
And then he was trying to say it was an accident. It wasn't no accident. He did that on purpose.
Yeah. And the little boy was standing there looking at everything. He was looking at the whole thing.
He saw the whole match. Mm-hmm. He probably rode with one of them to the hospital, because remember, the mother's supposedly at work. So,
she had Piggly Wiggly.
But I just
can't get over the Niggly Wiggly. That's what I can't get.
I just want to see what's going to happen with like, how is he going to talk to him? Because they got to have a talk after this.
They got to. They definitely got to. Jump in there, Larry.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it was like, as mad as they were and as much as they were getting ready to fight, it's one of those things where you can tell it was like, it wasn't a real fight. It was a brother fight. It wasn't a real fight, like you're trying to beat somebody up. And as an uncle, It was funny. It's funny when you see Ace, as much as he was up there and all up there selling, feeling sorry for himself, talking about it was an accident and all that stuff. As soon as he realized that little man was watching, it was like all that just stopped. And he was like, Jack. Mm-hmm. It was just like, put us aside. We need to stop because there's something more important happening right there. And then they showed the kid, and I was like, oh man. I was like, because they were just telling him like, oh, this stuff is fake and blah blah blah. It's it's all story and whatever else, and then here he is in a real tussle with his brother, and so, but we'll see. The kid's gonna be a little bit scarred up, but you can't. I mean, the kid was gonna get hurt and scarred up and see some stuff anyways, because everybody around him is dysfunctional. So it was bound to happen eventually.
Sooner or later, you can't hide the truth, but for so long. Last word go to you, Miss K.
Yeah, just piggybacking off of what Larry said. It's so funny that Ace has this profound maturity when it comes to that nephew of his.
He does.
And if he could just take that and put that in.
Miss K had profound internet until she got her hands doing like this.
There you go.
There
you go.
Oh.
Okay, you back.
You were about to make a profound statement, and then you froze up.
Sorry. I was saying that if he could just take that same energy and put it into the ring, everything will be okay. Like things will really work out. You know what I mean? And my thing with that scene when the kid showed up, I was like, oh man, everything was going good. I really loved throughout the whole episode how Jack was bonding with his son, because that was one of the things that his wife was complaining about. Like, you have been neglecting me, you're neglecting him. Yep. So for him to be there with his dad and really learning and their bonding, and he was teaching him, and especially around that time when he taught them about like it's storytelling going on in the ring. And then when he was talking to the people about the fair, he came in and he kind of like sold it after that, right? The little kid, Tommy, I think his name was Thomas. He sold it, and it was just so cute. And I'm like, this is so precious. And for it to end like that, I was like, Dad, we can't even just, you know what I mean? Like the son got to come in and see that. I mean, I don't think it'll be traumatizing for him, but I think it might be some confusion because, Dad, you told me that this stuff was fake, and now I see you and Uncle Ace really fighting. And the fact that Ace gonna say it's an accident is just Jack was right. You're a freaking piece of crap, or whatever he calls him. So.
It was great, Miss K, when they were at dinner, like you were saying, and the kid was telling the county fair people this story, and they asked him, "Did you write that?" Asked Jack, "Did you write that?" He said, "I wish I had written that."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
he
that
really helped. He was a good business partner right there.
Look, I can tell y'all right now, if you have a smart kid and you want to close a deal, take the kid with you.
Right.
I mean, first of all, the people are already on their heels because the kid is cute. Don't let the kid open the mouth and it's smart, articulate at that young of age. You're going to get what you want. Trust me. I'm not saying I know.
Not yet.
Oh, it's even worse when they babies. They love them when they. Oh, let me show. By the way, if I got a deal from you and you was suckered by L's pretty face, I really came through with what I needed to do. So don't try to say that I ain't do my part, because I did do my part. But that's it, y'all. We out of here, man.
Look, you're gonna end on that note, right? Quick while you ahead.
I'm gonna get on out of here, man. I don't want to get no phone calls from Fenty Beauty and all these other people I got deals coming with. I'm out of here on that, man. So
I did not know L was doing it like that. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah. L can wow a crowd quick, man. Boy.
Wait till she starts talking.
Right. Then you can really take her with her, take her with you like Jack did.
Yep. So
hey Tressa.
Hey Tressa C, we out of here. Peace. Have a good night. We'll be back. I'm gonna try to get Crystal to do the live review with me again Sunday. But other than that, the whole crew will be back on Monday night to review episode 9. That's gonna do it for us. Subscribe to everybody's channel. All the links are in the description. And we'll see y'all back on Monday. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace. Peace.